caution. The following programs are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These programs may contain some material that many parents would not find suitable for children and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue.
All right, happy Tuesday afternoon. Well, it's evening where these guys are at because they're all the way from Poland.
Yeah.
First off, I think he already asked, but I was out of the room. How do you pronounce your band name?
Likho.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay, it's mostly silent.
I will probably never be able to pronounce that shit. But
it's like in holy, you know, it's the same age. Likho.
Okay. Likho. Is that right? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's
Close
good.
enough. Close enough. All right, so how you guys doing today?
Well, tired because it's evening in Poland.
Yeah.
I get that.
And the weather is shitty. It's like ideal Polish weather, just gray and everything. So
What is your guys' weather like throughout the year? Like, is it like always shitty and cold? Do you ever get like warm or?
There are 4 months of warm. From April to August, September is quite nice, and then gray. Everything is gray. The weather is gray.
Yeah.
The temperature is gray. You know.
There are only 2 weeks during a year when you have a normal weather. 1 week during spring and 1 week during the fall. And then either you hate the cold or hate the heat. You're either dying of overheating or freezing.
yeah.
That sounds god awful. No, my first question is going to be, what is, because a lot of people are watching are from the States, what is your metal scene like over there? Is there a lot of metal bands in Poland? How is it compared to like other places?
Well, for sure, the scene in Poland is huge. I think names like Behemoth or Vader, Wise.
Well, basically, underground stage is quite big. It's quite big. Death metal, like modern death metal, or let's say classic death metal, are very popular. Folk metal.
Black is huge.
Yeah, there are a lot of bands that, like, I don't want to say copy, but are inspired by Mgła, like this very melodic black metal sound. So there is a lot of like Polish bands with a similar name and a similar music popping up. And then there's us.
Well, see that actually brings me to the next thing. How did you guys come up with the term? And I've seen this term on your page of beer core, which I fucking love. I've seen it. I was like, beer core, that's awesome. But I'm gonna have to ask this question: who came up with that one?
Actually, the great and absent one, because it was our singer's idea. So long story short, we were thinking about name for our bands. We initially wanted to play folk metal, but we miserably failed, and I'm very happy that we miserably failed in folk metal. And we are thinking about a name for the band, and this guy suggested we should be called Eye of the Beer Holder. So we made a song called The Beer Holder, and we put it on YouTube. And we started our page, and I have no idea what happened to Jacek, but he shared it with a title, Beercore Band Looking for a Drummer. And this is basically one of these cases when a joke went too far.
Hey, I think it worked out great, Nears, because those of you that are watching right now, if you wait till the end of the show, we actually have the music video for the beer holder, and we will be playing it on the way out. So you guys will be able to see that and hear that.
It's fucking awesome. Like, I didn't ever hear anything like that before until he showed it to me. I'm saying, you're like, well, wait. Where are they from? Poland? What the fuck?
What the hell is that?
Okay, I need to tell you that the main riff of this song is the most Polish / metal where it comes from, because I think the idea for this melody came to me when I was reading The Witcher, and in some description of a party in some inn, something like that, this melody came to my mind. Okay, drop down the book, grab the guitar, figure it out before I forget. And it went and waited for the right moment and right band, which was this. Basically, when starting a band, he was looking for people to play. So I dug up this riff, send it to him, and tell him, "Hey, I have more."
Yeah, but the second one you sent me was cursed power metal.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we used to play this song.
So basically, the music was inspired by a computer game, and the lyrics are about a monster from Dungeons and Dragons who steals beer. We were talking about being nerds. Well, need any more proof, guys?
He's going to, because now he's up to go into some of his nerd questions. So, Moshmeloh, you can take the floor.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, if y'all play D&D, what's y'all's D&D characters? I mean, I'm going to go straight into it.
Sorry?
If y'all play D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, what do you usually play as?
Well, I play Dungeons and Dragons, and our singer is a game master, and I usually play as a bard, because playing as a bard gives you the opportunities to do the most retarded actions you can possibly imagine, and hope for a natural 20.
Fair enough. How about the rest of you? Anybody else play?
I'm more of a Magic the Gathering player, not a RPG. So I can tell you my favorite deck or the color in the game.
You done tickle CB's beard now, like that's all his thing. Anybody else? What about y'all?
I haven't played for a long time for playing games in person, but I like to play as a dumb barbarian, because that also lets you do some really dumb shit and being, beat first, ask questions never.
Okay.
But then I lately moved to Warhammer, so I got so many plastic figurines and stuff. I play Necrons, so I got my silly little skeletons and paint them and play war with other people.
So I got a question for you. How much do you have invested in your Warhammer set?
I'd rather not count. But I mostly buy used stuff, something that somebody is selling away, sometimes in a really bad condition and poorly put together, and sometimes I have to reassemble it and assemble it again for it to look good. And I never buy any paper from Games Workshop. Paper, you buy paper from them and it's outdated in a few months. Just plastic.
Okay.
So y'all, I have no idea about any of this stuff, so I'm learning. The more I'm on shows with my two co-hosts over here, and they love to ask these questions about the RPGs and card games, I'm learning all kinds of stuff because I've never played any of it. I don't have a freaking clue.
This is very easy. This is just a bunch of guys screaming at the dice.
Basically,
this is just a way the adult people can get angry at the piece of goddamn plastic. This is amazing. And stupid stuff during it. This is the best fun ever.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Fair enough. All right. So on that, I'm the big music guy around here. If you could go on tour with any three bands of your choice, dead or alive, who would you go on tour with?
Staszek first, because your picks will be the oldest and they probably all already dead.
Damn, this is called out right off the bat.
I would. Okay, so I would choose Skyclad.
Okay.
Waiting for a reaction. No, nobody knows.
Two more? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Let's see if we know at least one of these.
Skyforger.
Okay.
And
The
Who from Mongolian.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. How about the rest of you?
So off the top of my head, probably Trivium. They are alive. I'm gonna see them live in 2 weeks.
Okay.
From that or split up, Children of Bodom. We know Alexei, rest in peace.
Yeah.
I would love to play with them, and maybe Orbit Culture. They are not that big, so that's possible for us to maybe play with them sometime. And I'm gonna see them live in 2 weeks with Trivium. But I think they are a very promising modern metal band on the scene now.
Right. Okay.
So from me, I will repeat one of Alex's responses: Children of Bodom, obviously.
Yeah.
The second pick would be In Flames.
That's
And
one of my
the
favorites.
third one is actually a band I don't think that many people know, because they released only 2 albums and they just they went completely silent. It's guys from Sweden. They're called Gormathon. So basically, I love their music, and I would tour with them just to see that they are alive and they're doing something. They're playing music.
Right.
Because for me, it was a pity that they stopped. And their vocalist looks like a goddamn Saruman.
Oh shit! I'm gonna have to look this band up.
No shit.
And I like a lot of Swedish bands, which there's 2 bands that got me into Swedish bands, which one was Ghost. Obviously, I fucking love Ghost. And then Avatar is one of my all-time fucking favorite bands. And then I started looking up, trying to find bands from Sweden. I'm because Sweden just keeps kicking out these fucking amazing bands. And I'm God damn. Y'all are fucking destroying us in the States as far as your bands. Your bands come to the States and they explode if they're from Sweden.
They don't. They do know what they are doing in Sweden.
Yeah. All right, Mike. How about you?
My free pick. Okay. I have Visigoth t-shirts, so I have to say Visigoth. So that's my first pick. We saw them once. Three of us went to their gig when they were once in Poland, and they're amazing. They're just pure old school metal. My second pick must be Iron Maiden because they are the band that got me into metal, and their melodies are just all over my brain right now. Everything I do is just copying them. Third band, okay, let's say it. We'll see them on the show in a few weeks. Should be doomed. They're great. Yeah,
Okay. They are. Like, I stumbled upon them. Actually, I seen them on Facebook is how I found them. Like, I was just scrolling through and somebody shared one of their music videos on a Facebook page for I think it was another podcast or something like that had shared it that I followed, and I seen it and I was like, swing metal, which automatically, because I love like off the wall shit. So I was just like, okay, well I gotta look at this, and I watched it and I was like, all right, this band's fucking awesome. So I sent it to my assistant, was like, let's see if we could get these guys on because they are cool as shit.
Yeah, so basically swing metal, beercore, and as a nerd and a Baldur's Gate 3 fan, I must say that this group is full of weirdos.
Oh, here we go. You might. All right, Moshmeloh, go. I already heard the word.
How come we missed Bloodywood?
What was that?
Oh, nobody said Bloodywood. Yeah.
Yeah, there will be soon in Poland. It's already sold out.
I have the ticket. This time.
I was previous time.
There you go. You're up, Mosh.
So, which song of y'all's would y'all put in a game, and which game would that be?
Well,
we don't know.
I think obviously the beer holder, I guess.
Yeah.
The hard part
Witcher 4 coming up. CD Projekt, call us.
Yeah.
I mean, the obvious answer is to be in the Guitar Hero, but that's not a thing since like 10 or 15 years. I don't want to ask how many years there was since last Guitar Hero.
I don't think they make Guitar Hero anymore.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they do. I think it's more of a rock band thing now.
There is a Clone Hero or something like this.
See, I was sitting here expecting.
Yeah, the last Guitar Hero was released September 28th of 2010.
Ooh,
damn.
It's been that long.
Yeah, it's been that long.
Woo.
That's why I was like, I was like, now I kind of want to know just to fucking know. And literally, I was like, damn, it's been that long. It does not feel like it's been that long at all.
No, it doesn't.
Time flies.
Yeah, they overdo it.
It does.
All right.
Too many games at the same time, but it's sad.
All right, CB, you up.
All right, so what is the most amount of beers you guys have had in one night?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I don't remember.
I don't remember how much he did.
For me, it's easy because I'm thin, I'm short, so I'm not like a typical Polish drinker. So 4 or 5, and it's tops. Maybe like if you count IPAs, like the stronger beers, then even 1 or 2, and I'm good.
Yeah, we have to analyze if we are talking about craft beer, which are generally stronger, or we are talking about piss in a can, because these beers are usually lighter.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
if you ever been on a festival, something like Woodstock, now known as Poland Rock, you drink beer there all the time, but it's so hot, you just don't feel it, and this beer is so weak, you just drink it, and nothing happens.
Yes, and I know that my record was on. Then it was called Woodstock. Now it's Poland Rock, and it was 14 or 17, but I was much
3 days.
heavier guy back then.
Just say how many beers in 3 days. That's like this is the correct answer.
Just last night in a fucking hour when we did our show last night, I was sitting there. I didn't get I just left my cans sitting on the damn desk and picked them up this morning. There was like freaking 13 cans. I was like, damn, I went through 13 beers in an hour. Damn. Like, that's ridiculous. What the hell? These things are weak as shit. But no,
at this point.
Well, I mean,
that approach.
basically.
We are talking about average size beer, half a liter / 1 pint.
Let's see. These cans are 12 ounces. So that's less. I think a pint is in a pint like 16 ounces. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I think your cans is like a Coca-Cola can also. Yeah, 12 ounces, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it'd be about the same size.
Yeah, I remember when I had to take the American driving test. And I had to calculate how many. There was a question after how many ounces of beer, wine, and vodka you can drive. And I had to calculate that in my head because I know you can drive after alcohol in the States. It's a much bigger amount than in Poland, because in Poland it's like 0.2.
0.2 promille.
Alcohol volume. Yeah, that's how it's called. I think in the States it's bigger.
It's 0.08.
Oh, yeah. So that's like at least 1 beer, I think.
Yeah, ish. I mean, as long as you don't blow over a 0.08, you're all right. Now, I know there was one time I was in like my mid-20s, and we went out drinking, a bunch of us, and I had quite a bit, but I had actually stopped for about 2 hours there towards the end because I knew I was the one driving. So I stopped. Well, we ended up getting pulled over because I had a freaking tail light went out. So I get pulled over and I'm like, fuck. And he walks up and I rolled down the window. He's like, God damn, it smells like a brewery in here. And I'm like, shit. No. And he was like, I need you to step out of the car. I'm like, fucking hell. And I get out, and I'm like, my mom's going to kill me. My mom's a judge, and my dad's a cop, and they're going to fucking kill me. I'm sitting there. Yeah. He's like, I need you. He's like, will you do a breathalyzer test? I was like, yeah, I mean, what can I do? Because if I tell you no, I'm going to go to jail. And so I might as well just roll the dice and hope that I did. And sure as shit, I blow 0.06. I was like, what? That was so close. And I had a lot to drink. So I don't know how the hell I got away with it. But he was like, all right, you're good. Get your tail light fixed and take all your drunk ass buddies home. I'm like,
wow.
I did. I was like, man, I was sweating fucking bullets. I was like, man, I'm going to call my mom. She's going to be fucking irate. I'm going to get my ass whooped.
Yeah, I remember I was playing with a different band, and we were supposed to return after the show home, and we had one driver, and we also wanted to check if the guitarist can be a backup driver. So we went to the police station and asked them to test this guy for alcohol. They said no. We don't have anything to test you for alcohol. How is that possible? We are at the police station. You must have the alcohol test. Yeah, but this is new and it was not legalized yet. So they basically sent us to the different police station.
Really?
Yeah. They had a brand new alcohol test and they couldn't use it so to make it official that this guy can drive.
That is absolutely bizarre. All right, Mello, you up?
Ooh, okay. Star Wars or Star Trek, boys?
Star Wars all the way.
Yep.
As well.
Okay. Because every time that I ask that question, I'm sitting here rolling those damn dice, because if somebody says Star Trek, it's gonna work him up, and I'm sitting here like, come on.
I'm a huge Star Wars fanatic. That is one thing I am a nerd about, is fucking Star Wars. Absolutely. Well, I asked the part 2 to that question.
Jedi or Sith? Ooh, that one made him think.
I think I picked Jedi when I was playing Jedi Academy, or whatever it's called. What it was called? This old game, kind of RPG action game.
Jedi Academy.
Yeah. So I picked Jedi.
I picked Sith, but only to kill this asshole companion. I think we are talking about the same game. I don't remember the guy's name.
Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh yeah,
right?
And this one too.
Jedi Republic. We're talking about Jedi Academy.
Yeah, it's a different one, but I think the same
Academy
company.
Isn't an RPG.
Yeah, I think there was another older one, which was KOTOR, which was Knights of the Old Republic.
That's the legendary one.
Yeah, that's the one that I absolutely fucking love. And they were actually supposed to remake it, and they were going to redo it, and it got canceled. Yeah, like if you go on YouTube and actually look it up, that you can actually see like cut scenes where they had created cut scenes for it, and it's actually on there, and it fucking looked amazing. And then they, for whatever reason, canceled it, didn't end up finishing it, and they just put all the cut scenes out for the game, and that's all you could see.
Well, there's a part 3 to that question as well.
Oh, the lightsaber question?
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
What color is y'all's lightsaber?
Green. It's basic green.
Yeah,
of course.
Black.
Oh, he's going with the black saber. Oh,
that's what I'm sitting here like.
Mandalorian black saber.
Okay.
Okay, that's my answer. Yellow.
Yeah, make it a bit more yellow.
Sorry, guys.
Pipe saber.
I got purple all day.
Well, that's
Purple
because
all day.
You're the weird one.
You have the 4th part of this question?
I mean, I'm just big on the whole Star Wars thing. So, I mean, if you go, all of my favorites were from the Old Republic and Darth Revan, or whichever. He had a purple lightsaber, and then when he was a Sith, he still had the purple and he had a red. And I was big on the comic books too. I'm that nerd. I read the comic books. I read the graphic novels, the shows, the movies, the whole fucking 9 yards. All of it. Every bit of it. If you look in my closet, it's full of goddamn Star Wars Funko Pops. I collect those too. Yeah, just my closet right now.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised it's not the whole damn house.
Not yet.
He says not yet.
It's a work in progress.
It's almost there. Yeah, it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. We'll get there eventually. All right, CB, you up, brother? What you got?
After you guys are done with your show, what is your favorite food to eat or go and get?
After the show,
Pizza.
Most likely middle of the night. But almost every time when we record, we got some fried chicken.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because after fried chicken,
my neighbor.
I was like, what the hell is that? Sounds like a fucking battle horn. Are we going?
This is my most hated neighbor.
Yeah, there is a Polish brand. It's not KFC. It's more like Kraft fried chicken. So they basically sponsor our first album and the second one in the making.
Well, they didn't sponsor. They just got a lot of money from us.
Well, maybe we sponsor them.
The opposite.
Okay.
Yeah, but after fat chicken, there are fat ribs.
Yeah, but my dream after show food is kebab. It's very rarely open when we finish the show at like midnight, but when it is, yeah, I like to go for some good kebab.
Okay.
So
usually there is nothing to choose from because only kebabs are open because this is like food for drunk people.
Okay. So
I mean, most often it's not the favorite, but most often it's looking for that one beer that I opened before the show and put somewhere. So now it's warm, half drunk, and out of gas. And that's the mostly.
God, fair enough. See, for here, like you come down, well, it depends on where you're going at in the United States, because everywhere is different. But like you come down with where I'm from the South, it's Waffle House.
Oh.
Waffle House is open like 24/7, never fucking closes.
That's the place to be at 2 a.m.
Yeah, but you're also it's also a very good potential of turning into a goddamn wrestling match and being a UFC fight in there, because it gets crazy up at Waffle House past like 10 o'clock. It gets pretty nuts.
See, I was thinking more Jerry Springer show.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
It does. I've actually been to Waffle House at like 1, 2 a.m. in the morning and seen like full blown fist fights out in the parking lot and shit.
Yep. Dinner
show. Actually, I was in States a few months ago, and like first time I've tried some American fast food because we don't have a lot of Mexican fast foods in Poland.
Oh, I died.
So basically, the first day was a mistake because I entered and ended up in a Five Guys.
Ooh.
Never again. But later on, me and my friends found a place in DC. It was called Yard House or something like this, and we were like going there every day. Nachos, tacos, those little sliders. I think you call it sliders.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm in love in nachos now.
Oh yeah, nachos are always a good go-to. Just if you come over here again, and anybody ever tells you to go to Taco Bell, you don't fucking do it. Stay the hell away from a Taco Bell.
Yeah.
See, actually, I was very excited to go to States to finally try Taco Bell because it's like legendary in Poland. It's like a god. Everyone heard about it. No one's seen it. But I've ended up in Five Guys on the first day, and then I decided, no fucking way, no more fast food in America. Never again, or I will be coming back home in pieces.
Nope. I can tell you right now, you eat Taco Bell, there's a reason we call it toxic hell over here, because it's going to turn you into a fucking shit cannon. And it's not going to be good. And it's going to be for about 24 hours. You're going to fucking be shitting your pants. You're going to be glued to a toilet. You're not going to leave. So you might as well get you some good fucking reading material, because you're not going anywhere for a while.
Well, apart from this my Five Guys, because Five Guys is now my nemesis. The weirdest thing is like Taco Bell at least looks nice, but when I ordered this burger in Five Guys, what the fuck is this shit was my second question, because the first one was what the fuck am I standing in? I have no idea what was on the floor, and I have no intention to know.
It was probably fucking tons of grease. It's probably what it was.
Yeah.
But the number one thing that you have to stay away from, which he keeps on forgetting, I mean, it's his horror story as well, is the gas station sushi. That's where you got to stay away from.
That sounds.
Look at his
that sounds like a biological weapon.
It was.
You said gas station sushi. There are so many words, and you decided to say gas station and sushi in this order. Come on.
Look. To help myself out, I didn't know that it was fucking gas station sushi because I'm not the one that got it. We had a blowout on our trailer, and I'm the only motherfucker out of 5 dudes that knew how to change a tire. So guess who got to change the tire? Me. So they were supposed to go get the food. Well, we were in a big ass area with lots of restaurants. They could have went to any fucking. There was a damn nice ass Mexican restaurant right there next to the damn gas station. What do? They go in the gas station to get fucking sushi from the gas station. I didn't know that it came from there because there was a sushi place right behind the gas station. So I was like, I assumed that they went and got sushi from there. I didn't think nothing of it. So we fucking ate it. All of us. Everybody ate the fucking sushi. By the time we got to the hotel, one of us shitting on the toilet, one shitting in the sink, one shitting in the fucking the bathtub, and there's 2 guys out on the goddamn balcony shitting in flower pots.
At least now you have an answer to the question, what do they do with those tires you change on the gas station? They roll the rice inside of it.
Fucking horrible. All right, so next question for each one of you. What was that one moment in your life that made you decide you want to be a musician? Was it a band? Was it a music video? Family member? What was that situation that made you decide that you wanted to be a musician?
Well, for me it's gonna be in 2 parts. So becoming a musician and playing live. So becoming a musician was easy one. Just everyone started doing it in middle school. So I just went for it with every other friend, and playing live. I remember watching Blind Guardian. They have this like big live video from Wacken, I think, from 2001, just after they released the Metal Opera, I think. And I saw there are just fucking ordinary dudes with black t-shirts and nothing else, that they are playing for like several thousand, even more, thousands of people. And yeah, I look at this and fuck, maybe someday I might be like them. Probably not, but I still wanted that feeling, you know? So yeah.
You never know. You never know.
You never know.
So two-part answer from me. Well, I decided that I want to start playing guitar after my stepfather showed me the album Americana by Offspring.
Okay.
So basically, I was raised on a pop punk. And why did I decided to play live? It was probably because I was writing a lot of songs for myself, and most of my friends were completely not into metal. So basically, I thought that the only way for me to get some honest, unbiased opinion if what I am writing for myself is shit or not was to play to some random dudes.
Okay.
And here we are. Okay, 2-parter from me. What got me into metal music? Mentioned before Iron Maiden, because before them I heard songs that were, regular songs. Intro, chorus, verse, something. And then I heard some giant songs like Dance of Death at the time. And wow, this is like there are gods or something. This is impossible to wrap my brain around. These huge monumental songs, and that got me into this feeling that this is something I want to do. But to play a guitar, it was Boy Scouts. It was the nights in the forest, on the camps, sitting around the campfire and grabbing a guitar and playing songs through the night with friends. And that was the main incentive. Everybody was playing guitar and just few chords, but the best nights of the time.
Okay.
So for me, I also have to say a word or two about guitar, because indeed I also played guitar quite for a while, and we had a community in the yard with neighbors from my building and also from several others around, that we were just sitting with some guitars playing stuff. And then eventually I started, say, drifting towards drums more and more. And eventually I bought myself a lot of drum stuff, and I don't even touch guitars except of removing the dust.
Okay. All right. Good enough. I like it. I like it. See, for me, it was Moto Grader. Or not Moto. I'm sorry. Motorhead. Seeing Motorhead and Lemmy for the first time when I was a kid, that's what made me want to be a bass player, because I got made fun of over here in the States because nobody wanted to be a bass player. And I went in for the first time as a kid. My grandfather took me in there to buy me my first musical instrument. And he was like, pick out what you want. I was like, I want the bass. And the salesman was like, really? You want to play the bass? Nobody gives a shit about the bass player. And I'm like, fucking Lemmy. Lemmy is God. And they're like, no, you don't want to play guitar. You don't want to play drums. I'm like, no, fuck you. I want the bass. Give me the goddamn bass. And still this day, still a bass player. I fucking love playing bass. It's what I fucking stuck with. All right, CB, you're up.
I am a typical guy who is a failed guitarist. So that's why I play bass. And actually my switching to bass from guitar is not because I couldn't like handle some riffs, but I was like around 17 years old when I shifted from guitar from electric guitar to bass. And it was like every other guy I knew was like using the guitar to pick up chicks. But
because it works.
But chicks didn't give a damn about some riffing. Chicks gave a damn about some lovely tunes with chords. And my fingers are so goddamn fat that I can grab F major but forget about the D major. I couldn't grab a fucking D major. So I decided, okay, fuck this, fuck girls, I go to bass. And it's funny because it's true.
Fair enough. Hey, I could play guitar decent, but I have the same issues that you do. And I had a little accident whenever I was a kid, and I have a hard time using my pinky finger, so I can really only use these 3 fingers and not my pinky. So it kind of just fucked shit up. So yeah, but I never really wanted to play guitar anyway. So I've always played bass, and I learned how to be a decent rhythm guitarist later on, but I still never just kept up with it. I just learned for recording purposes. Whenever I was doing like my own solo stuff, I would play around with guitar and shit like that, but nothing too intense, nothing, too crazy, and just enough to get by. And that was it. But I've always been a bass player. All right, CB, you're up, brother. What you got?
Okay. So if you could go back in time and tell your young self one thing, what would that be?
Buy Bitcoin.
Oh, damn.
I think for me would be to not be afraid to go on the stage, because I was afraid of that for quite a while.
I feel you on that one.
Yeah, I've been like a bedroom guitarist for several years before I decided, screw it. I'm either gonna stop playing guitar or I'm gonna go out to people and play with other people.
Oh, so you just went for it. I was about to ask, like, how did you get over that?
I would say to my former younger self, drop the school, go to work, and buy some Bitcoin.
All right.
And don't even try to tell me this is a wrong answer to this question.
There are no wrong answers. There are no wrong answers.
All right, Mike.
Yeah, that's same for me. Buy Bitcoin and sell an exact date when it was peaked, and everything else is just a side note. Because everything else turned out pretty well.
All right, all right. So I got a music question for each one of you, and this is another hard thinker, especially going into this question. If you could choose someone, a musician that you look up to, and you could spend 24 hours with them, learning from them, asking them any questions that you could possibly ask, learn, whatever, who is that one person that you would want there?
Martin Valkier of Sabbath and Skyclad.
Okay.
I will not be original. Alexi Likho.
That's a good one.
I think for me, James Root from Slipknot, because I saw some interviews with him, and he was doing an interview and he was teaching or showing how to play Gematria, and he seemed like really down to earth, chill guy. So yeah, probably him.
Okay.
But for me, it definitely won't be Buckethead, because I'm afraid of this guy. I'm not sure if he's he might be alien, I'm not really sure. I wouldn't be surprised if suddenly some kind of tentacle just go out from his mask. And
He's definitely an interesting guy.
yeah.
I'm going to end up going back to the nerd question here in a second. What was you saying, Mike?
Okay. Yeah, just finish question. The one who I wouldn't. The one who I would, that probably would be Arjen Lucassen, who is mastermind behind Arion. And he seems like a chill guy, and I went to his gigs every few years to Netherlands and back. And it seems like if I write him an email, he would answer. So it would be nice time.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, Mello, you're up, bro.
Marvel or DC?
I knew that was coming.
Ask me this question 10 years ago, I would definitely say Marvel.
All right.
But now I think I will just stick to Invincible.
Okay. Fair enough.
I mean, I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it at all.
I'm a big Marvel guy. I'm kind of. It's hard. I love both.
You're not as big in Marvel as you are in Star Wars, though. So
well, I know that, but no, like growing up, I was big into comic books. I loved comic books. Like every Saturday, my grandfather would take me to the comic book shop. If I did, my grades were good at school, I did good. I did all my chores, all that shit. I got to go to the comic book store, get some comic books, and then go to the video store and rent some movies. So every Friday after I got off school, as long as everything was legit, I got to go. And the comic book guys would always laugh at me because I was one of the only kids that would go in there and buy both Marvel and DC comic books. Like there was most kids were either Marvel or DC. That's all there was to it. Me, I liked it all. I liked Batman, Superman, fucking X-Men, Spider-Man. I fucking liked everything. It was a superhero, I was down.
I'm gonna get a lot of boos in chat because for me it's neither. I'm more like a fantasy kind of guy. You when you said you as a kid read comic books and such, and I grew up with The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, Narnia, these books. Okay. So I was more into fantasy, and later Witcher. So.
Oh, okay. Witcher is good.
That's fantastic. Well, we here in the States actually had a comic book company that did a lot of fantasy stuff in comic book versions, which was a company called Dark Horse. And they actually did a lot of offshoot fantasy styled comic books and stuff like that. So I don't even know if I think Dark Horse is still around, to be honest.
I think I've seen it still around.
I think they are.
I'm not
I
sure.
really do. Because they also did a lot of horror stuff too. Like they're the ones that did like Vampirella and Tales from the Crypt and shit like that of the actual comics.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we're talking about comics, if you would give me, like, for example, an unlimited amount of comics and unlimited time to go through them, it would be neither DC nor Marvel. It would be DuckTales. And I mean,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, this is something I was raised on. I love Donald the Duck, and everything in there is just perfect. And I don't feel I am too old for that. I'm a huge Lego dude, so
Yeah, I totally share, and I would add Asterix and Obelix.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I also into DuckTales. Recently, I watched finally this reboot from a few years ago, and I started it. It would be silly cartoon about ducks. This has no right to be this good. It's fantastic. Let's watch 3 seasons. But back to original question, I'd say Marvel just because of Spider-Man. I just enjoy Spider-Man. I even enjoyed that movie with Andrew Garfield.
Okay.
Hey.
All right.
See, my son's a big Spider-Man fan as well, and like he just I had to buy both Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales on the PlayStation 5 just so he could watch his dad play. I'm sitting here like, boy, I don't want to do that. I'm going to go do this every time I'm playing.
Understood. Understood. All right, CB, you get to ask the last question of the night before we get into playing their music video. So what you got, brother?
What is your scariest movie you've ever seen?
Oh, I have to Google the name because I remember it in Polish.
Saw.
Saw. Okay.
So, I mean, like the scariest movie I've seen when I was a kid was freaking like not Freddy versus Jason, but the first Freddy Krueger movie.
Oh, Nightmare on
Elm
Elm
Street.
Okay.
I was fucking terrified of that man.
Don't go to sleep.
If I had to pick one, I think it's Sinister.
Ooh,
okay.
This movie fucked me up.
Yeah, Sinister was good. That was a good film. I dug that film.
I think. Oh, my brother's here. Hi. I think it might be Alien, but only because how early I watched it, or maybe it was The Thing. One of those. No, it was The Thing. The Thing. That movie about
The Thing was good. The Thing is a freaking classic.
Yeah, that movie was scary. But the board game was kind of boring.
Okay. What you got, Robert?
Well, are you asking about the scariest horror movie or the movie that most give me the biggest PTSD? Because these are two different.
Yeah, hey, give us both.
I was about to say both. Yep.
So I don't actually remember because I'm like I've watched my ex-girlfriend liked a lot of old school horror movies. Like for example, I dig Grave Encounters, Sinister, but these were not scary. I like more like psychological.
That's the worst scary for me.
Maria. I don't remember the title, but it was released like a year or two ago. It was about some black family, and there was a little girl who was in swapped in a mirror room in some kind of I don't know, these places for fun fairs like with all those roller coasters or something like this. And there was this girl that was swapped, and she grew up, had her own family, and their clones were there. It's like this movie was called something like It's Us or something like this.
Oh, Us. Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
So I actually like the atmosphere, and the movie that gave me the most PTSD when I remember I was 12 years old, and I found old VHS cassettes that our grandparents were doing, and I remember there was one video with me like 2 weeks old, and my grandfather did a 2-minute zoom on my weenie, and it was. Now I have only questions. Why did he even zoomed it for such a long time? It was literally 2 minutes, but it gave me a PTSD for years. I think no one will drop a bigger bomb than this.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Damn.
I think I'd have PTSD too.
It really leaves a mark.
Obviously, yeah, I would say so.
Scarred for life.
So on that, for you guys that are watching, which there's quite a few in here watching, we are going to play the music video for The Beer Holder. We are out of here. We will be back tomorrow with another band. I think tomorrow is Grable. I think Grable's joining us tomorrow.
Grable's tomorrow.
We have Grable tomorrow. On that, we love you guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you guys for joining us today and being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having
Yes.
us.
Absolutely.
And for closing words, if you like Beer Holder, you guys listening, you will love our next song. We were listening in upcoming ones, but you will love our next songs if you like this one.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna push it for you. So here on that, here's The Beer Holder. We are out of here. We will see you tomorrow night. Goodbye, everybody.
Be safe.